All right, here we are at 1613 Greendale Court. That was the view of the street. Here's the home itself. It's very beautiful. It's getting a new roof in just a few days. It's on a court, which is great. There's the court, so it's a dead end. As a result, it's very low traffic out here, you know. It's right off of Brentwood Stair, by the way, in case you're wondering what street that is. One of the features I want to point out, sorry about the car being there. One of the features I'd like to point out to you is that the owner had this long driveway for like an RV installed. It goes down there. That's an openable gate at the end, and it goes all the way into the backyard, about another 50 feet. So I would assume this is probably close to 30 feet or so. So you have almost 100 feet of space to park really whatever you want. You can park it behind the fence too for safety, which is what he did. Just make sure nobody is, out there messing with it at night. It's a 2-car garage. It does have a garage door opener, which is nice. Big old front yard. And here's another feature I think is pretty great. It's got this patio, this walkway. I'm sorry, not walkway. This just front porch that you could put some chairs and maybe a table out here. Have a cup of coffee in the morning. Kind of nice. All right, so here we are in the entryway of the home. There are a few things that need to be updated potentially, but the bones of this house are just awesome. So you got the regular living room straight ahead, formal living room to our left. There's just a lot of space here. 2 huge living spaces that, if you wanted to, you can open them up, have them be connected. And then you've got this dining room here. So beyond the dining room to the left is the kitchen. We'll go that way momentarily. Let's go ahead and show you what else. So we're back in the entryway. Now to the right is where all 3 of the bedrooms are, the master and the 2 other guest rooms. So when I'm looking in here, I see a lot of potential. I hope you do too. It's got a it's a wood burning fireplace. Okay. And it has some wood paneling that could be easily redone. I'd be willing to bet there's probably some drywall behind them. It's got nice, beautiful vaulted ceilings. I would maybe consider opening all this up and making it look really nice. But anyhow, so here's the breakfast nook. So you got 2 dining areas. Breakfast nook is, of course, attached to the kitchen. Here's the kitchen space. It's all electric, so electric stove, electric oven. It does have a spot for a dishwasher, which is very nice to have. Some of these homes don't in this area. I've seen them myself. There's a nice little mommy's nook, which I think is a sexist term, but I see it frequently. I use it myself as, like in my house, as just a place to pay bills from. It's kind of a depressing area of the home. Anyhow, so we're in the utility room now, which is attached to the kitchen. There is another doorway to the outside there. Huge backyard, by the way. We'll get to that later. Everything about this house has extra space, and you'll see what I'm talking about. See, there's even a utility sink in here with full-size washer and dryer. And plenty of other room. There's enough room for an extra fridge, which is what the current owner is using this room for. By the way, into this closet is just a water heater. Pantry is attached in the kitchen. All right, now let's step out in the garage. It is 20 by about 24. It's 24 feet deep. It has a storage lip on the right side, which you can see what I'm talking about right there. Storage area, I would put shelving there personally. And then it has another storage area here on this lip. So you don't see this in all garages. It's an extra, I don't know, like maybe 2.5, 3 feet to add your storage shelves and still be able to park your Texas size, F350 long bed, whatever, in the garage. I've seen that so many times where it doesn't have that lip, and the moment you put a shelf there, nothing big will fit in the garage. So we're gonna go back through, take a look at the backyard just for a second. I'll have that at the very end of this video. But let's see here. Keep going. Now we're gonna go through the hall. I accidentally let a yellow jacket in to the house, and so this could be a really funny video if you hear me screaming from being stung. Anyways, so to the left here we've got the air conditioning unit, and then a really deep coat closet right there. I don't know how much that shows on video, but whenever I turn right here, the very first bedroom is one of the guest bedrooms. This is the smallest, and even at the smallest, it's 12 by 12. So for homes this age, a lot of them just don't have massive bedrooms. I think this is kind of a neat thing. Moving forward, here is bedroom number 2. This is it's 12 by 13 or so. Windows, of course, face out front. These are on the front side of the house. So to give you an idea, there's the closet. It's just the double doors, kind of common closet size for an extra or guest bedroom. Here is the guest bathroom. This is what kind of splits up the master from the extra bedrooms. I think it's kind of nice to have that, so you don't share a wall with your children or whomever else lives with you. Single sink, and the bathtub and shower unit is actually in great shape. And of course, there's a toilet in here, and a linen closet that goes from floor to ceiling. Now, here we are in the master. It's got a king-size bed in here to give you some perspective. It's pretty big room. I've got the measurements online. The ceiling in here is vaulted as well, just like the den. So it's kind of great. Final room here is the master bath. We had some weird drywall issues in the ceiling. Let me hit this light. Dang yellow jacket in here again. Anyways, this is a single sink, but there will be there is plenty of room for a dual sink. And then it has a step-down shower, which can be changed easily if you don't like that step-down thing. I've seen people change that a lot. Anyhow, and I know everybody always asks, let me see the master closet. So here it is. It's pretty decent. A couple shelves on top. On this side, you got just a lot of places to hang your clothes. It's pretty big. And that is the inside of the house. I'm going to kind of walk through. I may have missed the formal living. I'll just let you take a look at it. It is pretty big, this formal living. I feel like we looked at it, but just want to make sure. And then there's the dining room. Look, I know there's a lot of personal effects still in the house. That is going to be taken care of. You know how it is whenever you're moving, just kind of trying to get everything out of the way. Can be rough sometimes. So we're going to step out. Backyard. This is one of my favorite features of this home. By the way, this house does have a sprinkler system. You can see a part of it there. This backyard is huge. I mean, huge. I don't remember the exact measurements, but it's something like 85 feet deep. So that's pretty awesome. It has this concrete kind of wraparound. It goes all the way around that way. As we get over here, you'll see some of that RV parking that I was mentioning earlier. It's a lot of footage of it. I think the owner maybe bought, or I don't know, this is an oversized lot or something. I'll get all the details on that, but it's a beautiful backyard. And of course, the storage shed stays. It's about 8 by 4. I'm sorry, no, 10 by 4. It's a 10 by 4, 10 by 5 storage shed, something like that. It's a great house. It's gonna be a great house for a family, or really for anybody that wants to live here. I'm just gonna walk around again and go back further in the backyard. It's pretty quiet in the backyard. Right now I hear a garbage truck, but other than that, we're close to, I believe, 820, but we're not so close that there's just too much noise, So, very private. I can't see really into anyone's backyard at all, and that usually means they can't see into yours or into this one. So, that's a positive. That's the house.